Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dynasty's Racing League's DRL TV. Tonight, I am your host, David Wellborn. Joining me in the booth tonight, as always, is Rod Fossenall. How you doing tonight, Rod?
Hello, Dave. Good evening, everybody.
We are here at the Lady in Black Darlington Motor Speedway, and we are currently on board with the man of the hour, Chris Lucky. And this is my pick for the night. This man has been fast all during practice. And I am looking forward to watching this man get around this track here at Darlington and avoiding that big old Darlington stripe. What do you think about them apples there, Rod?
You know, I know you like him, but I've been watching Chris Lucky. Chris Lucky's been hot, and he's top of the leaderboard for practicing. So, you can't count him out. And, out of nowhere, Clay Phillips is rejoined, Dynasty Racing League here in the last month or so. And, Clay's awfully fast, too.
Yeah, he's currently sitting on the pole. If I had to pick between two drivers as a second place driver for a pick, would be Clay Phillips. So those are my two picks, is Chris Lucky and Clay Phillips. But I guess you're going to go with Clay Phillips tonight then, right?
Well, I do like Clay, and I always kind of like Harmon, and it looks like he's going to buck the constant harassing I give him from starting at the rear, and looks like he's actually going to try and put this thing up towards the front.
I think Lucky may be going to be having to start pretty far back. I think that last lap he just hit the wall. Yeah, he's got damage, so that lap didn't count. He's going to be starting pretty far in the back. He's in 10th place now. So Clay Phillips currently sitting on the pole, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope we got sound this week. I want to apologize last week. I don't know what happened with OBS, but apparently it decided it didn't want to have me broadcasting last week and just wanted everybody to hear Rod Fossenall and the drivers. So I don't know what happened. I apologize, and I hope you have sound tonight and everything is sounding pretty well. We have, looks like 5 guys still. Hey, guess what? Richard Springer's in this thing. Let's see where he's at. He's currently putting down a lap. So, with a minute and 30 seconds to go, or 24 seconds to go, I don't know if Richard Springer's going to get a lap in. He's already got damage. David Wright, I think he messed up both times on his qualifying run. I think Jeremy Heeble's going to start in the back. No, he got a qualifying lap in. I don't think.
By my count, we've got 15 drivers tonight, and it looks like 6 of them are coming from the truck league.
Yeah, and I think David Wright is the only driver besides Richard Springer who didn't put a lap down or get a qualifying time in. But I believe they both attempted, because I see 30 seconds for David Wright before he wrecked his car, it looks like, and Richard Springer. So with 27 seconds to go, we are getting ready to get this show on the road. Can't wait.
And it's just my opinion, Dave, but I think some of these guys are actually scrubbing the wall on purpose a couple times just to get that dead last starting spot and not actually drive a lap at all.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me one bit, but that wall's not your friend here tonight. You hit that wall, it will mess your car up enough. I mean, all you got to do is barely brush it, and it will slow your car down greatly for the race. So, Darlington Stripes, watch out. And it looks like we are set to get this show on the road. And if I remember correctly, Clay Phillips was our pole sitter. So let's see if we can't get our grid in real quick. And I'm assuming that I do have sound. So Clay Phillips is currently sitting on the pole with Mike Springer on the outside. Matt Burgess is third. Thomas Harmon, whoa, look at him. He's starting up front, fourth. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, fifth. Patrick Cowgill, sixth. Steven Sims, seventh. Dustin Musial is eighth. Roy Grande is ninth. Brent Kingcott is 10th. Chris Lucky, 11th. Cydarius Jackson, 12th. Jeremy Hebel, 13th. David Wright, 14th. And rounding out the field is going to be nobody. Thought we had 15 drivers. Oh, well.
Nice throwbacks in the field tonight, too.
Yeah.
You know, I see a Skull Bandit in the field, and I saw an 88 Navy car in the field for TBB.
Yeah, I like that. And we got the Valvoline Mark Martin throwback. I like that a lot. Big Mark Martin fan. Really love that man. Love to watch him race. And, you know, little history. Mark Martin had a bad drinking problem. And, but, man, that fool could drive. He would be literally stumbling to get into the car and race and drive them cars and win drunk. But glad to know that he sobered up, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's been sober for quite a while, like 20 years now. How about that old Davey Allison throwback?
Yeah, and I'm seeing a Tony Stewart throwback and a Jimmy Johnson throwback.
Well, we are here tonight under the lights. Lights are out on the pace car, and we are set to go green flag racing. We are going to be here for, let's see, 147 laps, so not too bad. Weather conditions are partly cloudy, 77 air temperature. Pretty cool track temperatures at 79 with 3-mile-an-hour winds out of the north. Pace car is in. And green flag is out. We're set. Harmon all over the back end of Mike Springer. Right off the get-go. Don't look like Mike Springer really got a good start there, or he spun the tires one. He slid right. Oh, wow. We already had contact. Somebody sliding the car.
This is where it gets interesting, though. 3 and 4 are the tricky turns here.
Is that Dustin Musial? That is Dustin Musial, who I think actually hit the wall first thing. Well, if he didn't hit, he don't got no damage, but if he didn't hit the wall, he sure did come mighty close to it. Clay Phillips, man, he's already gone. He's got a full second lead over top of Burgess just about.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at Musial's car right now, and it looks pretty clean.
I think it might have just been a network issue, because all I saw was smoke, and he was really close to that wall. But he dropped completely off the pace and to the back of the field, so not really sure what's going on there.
Clay has checked out by, 10, 15 car lengths at this point. Got a close to a second and a half lead already.
Probably won't see too much action, especially side-by-side action here tonight. Just for the simple fact that you're going to want to make your pass and get it done. Looks like Cydarius Jackson is looking to try to get around Steven Sims. Sims got me thrown off all way out of whack with that white car there, but not too bad. It looks like you might have been the man to pick tonight here, Rod, because your guy is definitely checking out.
Yeah, and you were talking about passing. I mean, the real opportunity to pass here is into 1 and 2 and just into 3 and 4. A little shy of into 3 and 4, because if you're pinched down on the inside going into 3, you really have to pedal it and back off a bit.
Well, it looks like got a little bit of competition here with Richard Springer and Jeremy Hebel and Brent Kingcott, it looks like. It goes right to the inside of Kingcott, or trying to get there. 21 all over the back end of David Wright. All this action is at the back. There goes Springer. Finally going to get his move made to the inside of Wright. And it looks like Musel's not going to wait too long anymore at the back of the field as he's making his move.
The wall.
Who was that?
Right.
Oh, boy. He's probably
not
going to be too happy with messing up his race car. He's got a lot of damage. Yeah, he got a lot of damage to the front of that car. Back up front, ladies and gentlemen, with a 2.1 second lead. He just may end up lapping the field here tonight completely if we stay completely green here, as your leader is Clay Phillips, and he is continuously pulling away. Second place is 67. Matt Burgess. And, you know, we didn't even pick him tonight, old Thomas Harmon. But he's currently sitting up here in the 3rd position and doing an awesome job. We got Mike Springer sitting in 4th in the Fruity Pebbles car. Love it. Love it, love it. And then rounding out our top 5 is throwback Navy car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Patrick Cowgill got to get his in here. He's currently running in the 6th position. And Steven Sims. Try to get everybody here tonight so you can take a good look at their cars. Steven Sims, I love it. I love that car. I love the horsepower being stamped on the hood. They don't do that anymore. I wish they would, though. Chris Lucky in that singular mobile phone car, trying to get his way up to the front, currently in the 8th position. Jeremy Hebel sitting there in 9th position. Sidarius Jackson in 10th. Richard Springer, as always, in the Purelator oil filter car. Brent Kingcott. Dustin Musel to the inside of him. We're trying to. He's doing everything he can to try to get around Kingcott. Followed by David Wright. And rounding out our field is the old throwback Skull Bandit car of Harry Gant. Roy Grande Jr. So we head back up front. Lead is still currently sitting steadily at 2.2 seconds. Mr. Clay Phillips is leading. Doing an awesome job here this evening. Now I got to keep a close eye on the timing screen here tonight. That's the only way I'm going to see anything. There goes Chris Lucky, shooting right around Steven Sims to take over that 7th spot.
Yeah, I think, excuse me, I think Lucky may actually come to the front. He was fast enough in practice. He just had some poor qualifying runs.
Yeah, he brushed that wall on his second, or on his second run, I believe it was, and Kind of got squirrely there a little bit on his first one and didn't quite get the speed that he wanted. But, you know, yellow flag in about, I'm going to say another 15 to 20 laps, because these tires are going to get ate up pretty good here at the Darlington Motor Speedway, as Lucky makes his move once again to get around Patrick Cowgill, move him up into 6th. Steven Sims thinking about doing the same thing. And, of course, now you got the 21 of Richard Springer.
Yeah, Cowgill's kind of fading right now.
Is that right? Why have I got two 21 cars?
The front 21, if you do a reset, is
Jeremy Hebel.
Hebel in the 1. He's actually in the Kodak 1 car.
Well, I'm doing a updating the paints, ladies and gentlemen. That's why all the cars are white. But for some reason, I have Hebel in a 21 car. And I did this at the beginning. And I think I even did it after Hebel joined the server. So I'm not really sure what's going on with my paints here this evening. I still got him in a 21 car. So not going to be able to fix that. Trading Paints is not going to let me have his car, so it's always something, isn't it? Currently watching the timing screen, and it looks like Mike Springer is thinking about getting around Thomas Harmon. This is pretty much the closest battle we have right now on track. Harmon to the outside, believe it or not, to make the pass to get around Burgess. Burgess with a lot of front end damage. He's already got his Darlington stripe. Mike Springer's going to make that pass, or try to. Looks like Burgess may. Ooh! Oh, don't push up. Maybe experiencing a connection issue as he's dropping back and blinking out. And old Harmon's moved himself up into 2nd spot. And once he's got up in the 2nd spot, he's actually starting to cut that lead down. And he's coming. He's coming pretty fast, too. Matter of fact, we are going to do something I enjoy here. We're going to jump in car here with Thomas Harmon as he's on the back stretch here. And we're going to just ride one lap on the inside here with Thomas Harmon as I crank it up. Or not, because I don't have the option. Oh well. Start finish line. Headed off into 1. Feather in that throttle. And that is one lap here inside the car of Thomas Harmon here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Darlington Motor Speedway. The Lady in Black. 24 laps into this run. I imagine fuel stops will be around, what, 40, 45? Well, can you make it any longer?
I didn't run any laps in the Grand Nationals last week. I did run the Cup Series cars.
Okay.
And they got about 55 or 60 on a tank of fuel.
Tires go that long too?
Oh no! You're seriously, pedaling it after about 25, 30 laps, because this place will chew up the tires rather quick, especially 3 and 4.
That's what I'm thinking.
And the right front just gets destroyed.
So I'm thinking in about another 10 laps, to 15 laps, they're going to want to be coming in for tires. And if I'm not mistaken, they do have, what is it, three this
They're
week?
having to put down almost 150 laps here. Even if they've got 3 sets, you're looking at, 40, 45 before you can, evenly spread it out. And I don't know how many cautions we're going to get with only 15 drivers.
Let's see, is it under announcement?
You are significantly faster with fresh tires.
What's today's date? Today is the 7th, so JP is not posting it, so I don't know.
Harmon, ran a second lap of 29.4, and his last lap was 30.9, so that's a second and a half slower per lap on tires.
Well, Grande has come down pit road already to try to probably get some of that damage fixed and to take his 4 tires and gasoline. And Harmon is cutting this lead down on Clay Phillips, so looks like Mike Springer's doing something back here. Chris Lucky's moved his way up into 3rd. That's what it was. Chris Lucky just made that pass on Mike Springer for that 3rd place. So Lucky's coming. Tire management's going to be the key for Lucky to get up to the front if we stay green all night. Trying to keep an eye on this timing screen. It's the only way I can tell what action is going on, who's the closest to the next driver in front. So we head back up front. That gap is seriously closing. Did Clay just brush the wall? He did. I'm pretty sure he did. Yep.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He's had already brushed the wall at some other point before that, as when he hits the wall here, he's going to already have damage. Bam. Harmon's all over the back end of him. Can't keep making mistakes like that, Mr. Phillips. Not with that man behind you right there, old Thomas Harmon. Very patient driver. Usually starts in the back. Started this race this evening, I believe. 4th, was it?
It was 4th. Oh.
Phillips all in the wall.
Again.
Oh, he's in again.
Off of 4.
I think Harmon bounced in.
Off of 2, rather.
Bounced into him as well.
He's going to give up 2nd as well.
Let me rewind that. I think Harmon might have actually caught him. He didn't hit him, but boy, he came close. Phillips into the wall right there. Brushes it again and keeps it in the wall to keep from going back down on top of Thomas Harmon, but not the night Phillips wanted to have here, starting this race in 1st and had a extremely fast car. He's currently riding in 3rd position. Your new leader is Thomas Harmon, and Chris Lucky is actually gaining on him. So, pit stops, next 10 laps, or between now and the next 10 laps, I would imagine. And I'd imagine with the way Clay Phillips is going at this point, he's going to want to come down pit road as quickly as possible. Probably hanging on to see if we can get that lucky break of a yellow flag.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to see a yellow flag, if at all, in this race. There's just too few cars.
You keep bouncing off the wall like that, you might lose control over it, that's for sure. Might look up and get that yellow flag, but I doubt it, just like you.
It's like Harmon is maintaining more than anything, and Lucky's not gaining on him.
Sitting back here with Richard Springer. Closed that gap on the back of Steven Sims. Maybe looking to try to take over that 6th position. We'll watch this battle for a few minutes, see how it shakes out. It's between him and Sidarius Jackson are the closest battles going on, and this is a pretty decent 3-way battle here with Brent Kingcott, Sidarius Jackson, and the Skull car of Roy Grande. Of course, Roy Grande's 2 laps down. Kingcott moves out of the way.
Yeah, he's got some significant right front damage. He's been in the wall somewhere.
And the old Skull Bandit there of Roy Grande, 3 laps down, my bad. Making his way with fresh tires.
Yep, on fresher tires, you can see the difference right there. He's just pulling away.
Clay Phillips, even with the damage, he is still currently holding on to that 3rd place, but he's got Mike Springer coming.
And it looks like Lucky's actually been able to eat into that lead by about 4/10 of a second, 4 to 5/10 of a second.
Yeah, I see it going down about a 1/10 of a lap. So, with he gained 2/10 right there, so Lucky may have found something. Or Harmon is playing with him, trying to save his tires. You know how Harmon is. Awesome job here tonight at the Lady in Black. Still back here with Steven Sims and Springer. Sims blinking out. Oh, Burgess into the wall. Take another look at that real quick as he bounces off the wall.
Cowgill and Grande had a bit of an incident as well. Cowgill got up into the wall, and Grande ran into his rear end.
Contact. There's another strike. Well, that gap has just shrunk. So I was messing around. Chris Lucky within a striking distance almost of Thomas Harmon. Brent Kingcott's had enough. He's coming in for his 4 tires and some fuel. Hey, you get these 2 boys together and you get Chris Lucky actually up here in the front with some fresh tires. Maybe a good race here at the end. Kingcott didn't elect to get any damage fixed. Gets his tires and he's down and away. Dustin Musial should be it says he's pitted. Or I can't.
Lucky's there. He's within like 2 car lengths.
No, he hadn't pitted. All right. Sidarius Jackson getting ready to go a lap down. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Patrick Cowgill in for their tires. Sidarius is going to try to get out of the way, I believe. You got to watch that push, and you got to watch. You know, don't talk too much about this, but that striped line that you got, the dotted line, that acts more like an apron than anything else because the transition here at Darlington, below that yellow, the dotted line there, can actually upset the car just like if hitting an apron. You want to keep that car above that dotted line for sure here at the Darlington Motor Speedway. And Highline Springer, you know, I didn't even pick him tonight, but kind of strange that he's not doing that well here. He is currently sitting in the 6th position, though. And he is looking to make the move to get around Sims finally. And he may make 2 for 1 special here as he tries to look to the inside of Mike Springer.
And here comes King Con on those fresher tires.
Now, King Cott is only, well, he's 2 laps down, so he's got a long way to go. Sidarius Jackson has made his pit stop and only went a lap down. Same with Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Dustin Musial. So those drivers, not too bad of a deal getting in and on and off of pit road. Fairly decent. But only being able to go 1 lap down. Of course, just as I said that, Jackson just now got passed by our leaders, if I'm not mistaken. And he is down pit road. That gap is really shrunk there between Harmon and Lucky. Clay Phillips still hanging in there in 3rd position, followed by Mike Springer and Richard Springer, father and son. Steven Sims, Matt Burgess, Jeremy Hebel, and David Wright. Dustin Musial rounds out our top 10. And we are 1/3 of the way through this race here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it was a quick third, too.
But it looks like these boys are going to run it out for fuel mileage here this evening.
Well, when you look at the fact that Lucky's got an 8-second lead over 3rd place, and there's really not much sense in, coming until you're out of fuel at this point.
Yeah, nothing ventured, nothing gained, that's for sure. Oh, Harmon down. Lucky's going to come with him.
Yeah, there they go.
Harmon's got his stripe already for sure. Lucky's car looks pretty clean, though. That's going to turn the lead over to the 21 of Springer.
Yeah, what would DW say? The right side of Harmon's car is all boogered up.
It is boogered up, that's for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I have felt pretty bad all evening. Springer down pit road. Burgess going to take over that lead. Burgess down pit road. Hebel's going to take over the lead. That is a 1 car, not a 21 car. But that is Jeremy Hebel, your current leader. When he crosses the line at this time, he should take over the lead. And Hebel is the only car still on the track that has failed to come down pit road. All other drivers have made their pit stops. And it looks like Hebel's coming now. So the lead is going to take back over to this man right here, Thomas Harmon. Followed by Chris Lucky.
I'm actually showing Springer at the point. No, Springer's dropping.
You know, and I'm really surprised that Harmon didn't start from the back tonight. Mm-hmm. I think I got an ear infection, ladies and gentlemen. Hebel on and off pit road. And that will cycle our pit stops. All kinds of mix and match here. We got Taylor Butcher Benjamin, 10 laps, old tires. King Cott with 12. Calgill with 10. Grande with 26. Everybody else with 3 and 4 and 6. So a lot of different strategies here tonight as far as tire wear is concerned. We are still clean and green. No cautions. Track temperatures went up just a little bit. Air went down, the wind speed a little bit. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, again at Darlington Raceway for 147 laps. Our next broadcast will be at Richmond Raceway for our truck series in this. Oh no, in the Grand National Series in this next week. Come back and join us there. Little 3/4 of a mile track at Richmond. 175 laps. Ought to be fun. Saturday night racing or Monday night racing. Most likely under the lights with a lot of attitude after about 10 laps. That's what I predict anyway. Truck Series, Canadian Tire. Tomorrow night, join us for that road course. Should be pretty fun.
Depends on what you call fun.
Well, the broadcast should be pretty interesting anyway. The only road courses I really like driving are the Charlotte Roval and Watkins Glen. I really do enjoy that the new Charlotte Roval. It surprised me that I would like it as much as I do. Not good at it, but I like it. Oh, Sidarius Jackson into the wall once again. Chris Lucky going to try to get around him. You got Springer right there. Springer's actually no, that's Hebel. Dang it. That's going to keep messing me up.
That's a damn shame you can't see his Kodak car because it's a good-looking car.
I
Pretty
know.
banged up from the driver's back, but you know it's a good-looking car.
And I don't understand because I always clear my cache on trading paints. It does it automatically. And I just launched launched it and restarted the computer. So yeah, he does have a lot of rear end damage. Somebody must have really got into the back end of him. .3 second lead Harmon has over top of this man Chris Lucky. Harmon coming up into all kinds of traffic. He's got Dustin Musial, David Wright with no front end at all, and Patrick Calgill.
Your culprit for getting into the back end of Hebel.
That's what I would assume. Well, he was the only one with rear end damage, and David Wright's the only one with no front end, so yeah. Oh, wow. Who is that in the wall?
King got hard into the wall.
Right in front of our leader. This is not a good scenario for our leader at all. Trying to get through lap traffic. This. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, there it is. There's your wreck.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Wow, our two leaders, I think, just got by that.
They barely got by it. We're going to jump back on board here. And actually, we're going to do a far chase here. Just on Thomas Harmon so we can let this thing roll through here. And just see how lucky he was. He got into David Wright. And that's going to end it right there. For those gentlemen. A lot of tore up car there. And that's a crying shame that was unable to hold that line there.
Looks like Cowgill just comes up and bumps him a bit.
Well, he was probably worried about the 4-car King caught. I don't know about that. It looks like Wright made contact first. Yeah, Wright comes down into, well,
Well,
it looks like,
I
don't
the
know.
initial contact is Cowgill goes up into Wright, and then I think Wright gets pushed up towards the wall and
overcorrects.
kind of overcorrects back down into Cowgill, and then that's what really causes the big part of the accident.
I hate to be race control on that one, that's for sure. I don't know who to lay the blame on that one. Either you lay it on Wright for not being able to car control and coming back down on him, or you blame it on Cowgill for getting into it, or you blame it on Kingcott for initially hitting the wall and causing everybody to check up. I do not want to make that call. But anyway, after everything's all said and done and shook up and everything, your new leader, my pick for the night, Chris Lucky. And he did not come down pit road. Brent Kingcott has not come down pit road either. Dustin Musial looking to get one of his laps back. Not a bad call there. Only 14 laps on his tires. I'd have stayed out too, my man. Get that lap back. Maybe everybody gets bunched up. Rex can get another lap back.
Taking a look at Harmon right now to see what he did for a pit stop.
Tire management's the key, and I think Lucky knows that now, that he realizes that in this league that we do have tire limits, so he's probably going to play his strategy just like he's thought. You know, I'm only got 13 laps, 14 laps on my tires. Not that big of a deal. I can lose a little bit of ground, make it back up later on, possibly. I'm not sure how many drivers did elect to take tires after just coming down pit road here, but I imagine
Harmon didn't take any tires. He got damage fixed.
I think that's what people are doing, coming in, getting that Darlington stripe fixed, topping off of fuel. That's what I would be concerned with right now. Not too much as the tires. And, you know, Lucky may be thinking the same thing, that people are not going to take tires and his benefit.
Lucky has no damage, whatsoever to get fixed. So there's no reason for him to come down pit road. As we said, Harmon had, the whole right side of that car was pretty much pancaked, and looks like it got fixed pretty well, actually.
Well, let's take a look at her and see how she looks. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, it's not caved in, just barely a little dent there. Back end looks real good, so yeah.
So that's bad news for the rest of the field if Harmon's got a car that has nothing really hurting it right now.
Bad news bears. I watched the original movie last night or yesterday with
Walter Matthau.
Yeah, God, I loved him, and takes me back, man. I mean, that movie takes me back. I watched that thing when it first come out when I was about 8 years old. So that tells you how old I am, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty old person. Who do we appreciate? The Bears. The Bears. Old Boilermaker.
Chris Lucky chooses the outside.
Not a bad call. Keep that high line going. Dustin Musial finally gets his lap back. I guess Quickie Yellows wasn't on here tonight. Has got the full...
Track's too small for the Quickie Yellows.
Well, that explains it. So that means we ain't going to have Quickie Yellows at Richmond next week either.
No, it's 2 miles or above.
Well, lights are out.
And I'll say it again, it's all those whiners complaining about pace laps taking too long.
Well, whatever. I like my hood of my car. Crybabies, no crybabies. Pace car is in. They're coming up to the mark. They can go now or until green. And Lucky's down and away. He didn't waste any time. He got to that mark and it's gone.
And he'll be able to arc it into one, pretty easily and be able to, I would say pull away from the field pretty easily.
Taylor Butcher,
fifth.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin taking a look on the inside of Springer. He's going to pull Sims with him. I like that Fruity Pebbles car. I like Fruity Pebbles, to be honest with you. The yabba dabba doo. The king is gone, and so are you. Old George Jones song. Clay Phillips got around Harmon. Clay got almost all of his damage fixed, it looks like. Of course, now he sat on pit road twice to get that damage fixed.
That makes you wonder if
Lucky. What happened there? Something just happened with Chris Lucky. It's because Steven Sims went around him like it was easy.
I'm wondering if Sims and TBB and Springer and even Clay Phillips all got tires that time around.
I'm not sure, but they went by Lucky like it was like he was backing up, and he doesn't have any damage. He's not made any contact with the wall at all. Don't have a scratch on his car. I don't know. I don't think I would have took tires, that's for sure. Taylor Butcher Benjamin to the lead. And pulling away, your driver, Steven Sims, not doing a bad job here tonight. Currently riding in second. Clay Phillips, we got his car fixed, got fresh tires. Just see how bad that damage is. Still got quite a little bit of damage there on the right fender. Not sure why they couldn't pull a lot more of that out, but still. Not a bad job he's doing here tonight, even with a damaged race car.
Can confirm that Sims and Butcher Benjamin both are on fresh tires.
But that'll explain it.
I do not know about Clay Phillips, but I would assume the same for him.
Well, I know he spent 64 seconds on pit road that last time by on pit road to get a lot of that damage fixed. So whether or not he took tires or not, I don't know. But I do know he spent an extensive amount of time on pit road just to get damage fixed. And if he's got that car in any decent shape compared to what it was at the start of this race, I don't see it being long before he maybe possibly can track down Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Steven Sims. We're going to jump back to Lucky, still holding his own here in the top 5. Got Thomas Harmon right behind him, followed by Richard Springer and Kingcott. Then we got Hebel, Matt Burgess, and Matt Burgess is going to round out our top 10, and that is going to be the last car on the lead lap is Matt Burgess. kind of curious as to what happens here as he gets up on the back end of David Wright. If he can actually do it. Wright brushing the wall again. You know, that's another thing we didn't talk about. Once you get in that wall, most of the time it just sucks you right in and you're stuck on it.
Yeah, you end up wall
riding, yeah.
For at least 100, 200 yards.
To really slow that car down. You know, Burgess may just be being patient here. He knows that David Wright is one lap down, so. And I think, oh, there he goes. He's finally got into the inside of him. May gave him a little nudge there to make sure he could clear him. Wright not going to give that up.
Yeah, but we got a pack of 6 cars here from Harmon all the way back to I believe that's the 85 of Sidarius Jackson.
Looks like the 21 is making a move to the inside of his son. He's going to pull Kingcott with him. And Hebel.
And that's probably the prime passing area right there.
Oh, look at that. One. Springer said, the heck with that. I'm coming back by. Move out of my way, Hebel. Not able to make that pass work. Sidarius Jackson probably thinking about making his move here as well. You know, Mike Springer struggled here tonight, but his car looks pretty decent. I don't think he's actually got into the wall or hit anything. He's got a little stripe there, but he's really...
Not too bad, actually.
No, I mean, I've seen worse.
Harmon's was much worse there for a while.
And, you know, he's really struggling, and I think he started in a really decent position. He started second, yeah, and it's just not been able to capitalize on a good starting position here. Just pulls out of the way and lets Sidarius go on the outside. He may be thinking about the end game here as Hebel makes his move to the inside of Kingcott, makes that pass to take over that 6th position. Steven Sims still not doing a bad job closing in on our leader, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. And I'm assuming that we still have sound here, ladies and gentlemen. That gap is slowly but surely closing. How about Clay Phillips? I mean, even with that damage, he has got back up there, closed that gap up. Currently riding in 3rd. Three-way battle getting ready to happen for the lead. Steven Sims closing in on Butcher Benjamin. Clay Phillips closing in on Sims. as we sit and watch the things unfold.
Yeah, it's a three-way battle for the lead right now.
Phillips all over the back end of Sims, thinking about and going to make that move to the inside of him, or try to anyway. Was not able to make the move right there, but he is definitely thinking about trying to take over that lead again. But he's got one car in front of him he needs to get around first, and that's Steven Sims. Sims all over the back end of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. To the inside. And I'll get on the leader so I can avoid the jump. It's a heck of a battle. Sims all over the back end of Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Yeah, when the cars are pretty equal like this, it's so hard to pass.
Even if you already get to the inside or the outside of that driver, you still, like you say, the cars are pretty much equal. And it makes it that much harder to get around, especially if the guy doesn't want to give you a whole heck of a lot. Look at this.
We're at 3 wide? No.
They thought about it.
Clay thought about it for a minute.
Butcher Benjamin all in the wall.
BB.
Wow, not what he wanted to have happen here tonight. I know that's going to hurt him. It's going to upset him too.
Seems to the point.
Hey, his car don't look that bad. Just got a little stripe on it. Don't see a lot of damage there, so he might have got a lucky out of it. I think he got lucky.
Now we got Phillips to the inside of Sims.
And he makes the move and makes the pass.
It's coming back hard, though.
Sims has got a little connection issue on mine here.
Yeah, Sims has connection issue most weeks. It's
wow.
Phillips into the wall.
Wow. That's the problem with a car getting into the inside of you. It's just you get panicked.
Not a whole lot of room in turn 3 and 4 for two groove racing.
There's not a whole lot of room at this track, even as wide as it is for two groove racing. You pretty much got to make your line and run the race line and make moves when you can. Oh, I thought Sim was getting ready to hit the wall. Oh, Phillips again into the wall. Oh, there goes Sims. Well, all three of our leaders have at one time or another decided they wanted to get their Darlington stripe here in this late part of the race, midway. Or
we're close to 50 laps to go here.
Yeah, like say 2/3 of the way through the race when they cross the start-finish line this time by. 94 laps should be coming up. That should be. Oh, there goes Sims again, brushing the wall. A little brush ain't gonna hurt you, but wow. See if we got anything else going on. I hate to jump off our leaders with all this excitement up front, but actually, this is the only battle going on between these three. Everybody else is pretty good. Everybody else seconds between each other, so the field is pretty stretched out.
Up behind these three.
Yeah, Mr. Lucky.
And keep in mind, Lucky's going to have an extra set of tires compared to these three because they all took tires and he did not.
May come into some nice strategy there at the end.
I don't know if that's going to play into it at all or not, but, it's at least something to consider.
Well, I mean, you got to think, Lucky is sitting on 45 laps on his tires. Everybody else is around 30 to 32. Only other driver out there with the same amount of tires as Lucky is Dustin Musial.
He looks a heck of a lot stronger than these other guys right now.
And I mean, he's pretty much holding his own right there. He's not really gaining that much, but he's not losing that much of a ground either. Taylor Butcher Benjamin's not gave up.
TBB just gave him the spot and let him go by.
Not going to fight the issue. Taylor Butcher Benjamin trying to hang on for at least 10 more laps to try to make his final pit stop, I'm sure. As we get back up front once again, Clay Phillips has closed that gap and all over the back end of Steven Sims.
Now, if these two guys up front can push it just 10 laps longer and get on the same pit cycle as, you know, Chris Lucky and Thomas Harmon, they got a shot at this.
Well, I imagine Lucky is going to want to be coming down pit road soon. I mean, he's got 47 laps on his tires, which means he's got 47 laps of fuel because he did not pit last time. So he's going to be coming down pit road, I'm going to imagine, within the next 7 or 8 laps. Probably lap 100 or so.
And if I'm a crew chief for the 79 and the 9, I'm letting him know, hey, you know, the 77 came pit road. Hey, the 68 came pit road, and they need to come the next time by.
I'd be hoping that Lucky calls out his pit stop when he yells he's going. I'm going to go before him. Or go with him.
If I'm Lucky, I wait till the absolute last minute or don't call it out, just so they don't know.
Springer down pit road. Cowgill down pit road. Pit stop cycles are starting to happen, so that tells me them boys did not take tires last time around. Yep, TVV down pit road. Not a bad call there, TVV. Oh, no. Sims brushed the wall once again.
Brushed the wall again.
Inside goes Phillips.
79's pitting this time.
Probably not a bad call. After brushing the wall, going to get on a little bit ahead of us, of Lucky. So green flag pit stop cycles are going to happen, or are happening at this moment. Just about everybody's coming down pit road.
Harmon's coming. 9's coming.
So we're going to wonder when this guy, and Lucky.
The 77's coming as well.
Oh, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Hang on to it.
Inside the cone.
Yeah, he did it. Nice job, Lucky. My pick may actually end up winning this race tonight.
No, with all this strategy playing out the way it is, I kind of like the 79's chances now.
I like him a lot, too. Unfortunately, we didn't pick him to win here tonight, but he's got a good shot at winning. And who's this going to cycle over to? Evil. I imagine he will be coming in the next 8 or 9 laps, as he has only got 38 laps on his tires. He just hit the wall. That'd be a crying shame for him to wreck out there all on by himself. And bring out the yellow while everybody's sitting on pit road. So, cycles have went through. Size Darius Jackson and David Wright are the only two who have not come down the pit road other than Jeremy Hebel.
Hebel stands as the only car on the lead lap at this moment, and he's coming to pit road, which will cycle Sims back to the point.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin will be in second, followed by Thomas Harmon, Clay Phillips, and Chris Lucky. What happened to Chris Lucky? Well, now it's all over but the crying. I mean, you got your bed, now you lay in it. And this battle is heating up here between Harmon and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Harmon to the inside. Clay Phillips going to go with him. Lucky with a heck of a move and a run. Thought he was going to try to push the envelope and go with him as well.
Now, here's where we're going to get interesting. We've got the 4 between Harmon and Sims. I know for a fact, King Cott and Sims are teammates in the truck league because they're on my team. The 4's not going to, I don't think he's going to block, Harmon, but he's not going to make it easy to get around him either. I don't think he's just going to pull over and let him go.
Well, talking about King Cott here. King Cott is 2 laps down currently. We have 11 drivers on the lead lap. King Cott in the lucky dog position if a yellow flag was to come out to get one of his laps back. Lucky still trying to get around TVV back here. Finally going to get to the inside of him.
Nope, King Cott just let him go.
Now that opens up the doorway for Chris Lucky to try to gain some ground on our leaders. Steven Sims with a nice, comfortable 1.1 second lead over top of Thomas Harmon.
Harmon's chewing into that real quick.
And so is Clay Phillips.
The best thing Steven Sims could see right now is Clay Phillips getting up there and fighting Harmon for second place. But I think Harmon's pulling away from Phillips even.
Well, it didn't take long for Chris Lucky to get the back end and around on the outside of King Cott. So Chris Lucky is a-coming. Now, I'm going to bring it up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you fair warning. It is not right. Our current point standings, the points are right. However, what am I trying to say?
The wins?
The wins are not correct. It's showing Richard Lucky with 1 win. He does have that win. But Chris Lucky has actually got 3 wins and is in our playoff position. So all he has to do is continue to maintain, and he'll point his way into the playoffs. So right now he is above the cut line. And with the wins and everything, we'll be able to make it into the playoffs, provided he doesn't miss any races. Eric Wolf, surprised he did not show up here tonight. Not going to lose too much. He can afford to miss a race, as there are 45 points difference between him and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. So
Dick's not here tonight either.
No, he is not. But still, I think he's got enough races in. He can afford to miss this race as well. As you can see how everything shakes out here as far as our point system is concerned. Chris Lucky should be in yellow and should have 3 wins beside of his name. Martin Wenzel does a great job, but he can't catch everything. that gap is closing between Chris Lucky and Phillips. So
we got a three-way battle up here at the front, though. Phillips is into the wall a bit.
Again, and it looks like Harmon's trying to make the move to get around Sims. He's there. He's all over the back end of him. Come on, Harmon. Come on, Sims. Come on, Clay Phillips. Come on, Lucky.
We're gonna have us a heck of a finish here.
We got Phillips making a move to the inside of Harmon. Going to try to retake that second spot. Was unable to do it. Harmon put the pedal down and said, oh, heck no. Harmon to the inside of Sims.
Not able. Sims is going to get a better run off of 2.
Oh! Wow, they almost wrecked right there. Guess who just shot the gap right there because they was all squirrely. Mr. Lucky, he's trying to find his way up through here.
He went from, trying to chase down first to actually crossing the line in fourth that lap.
Oh, Harmon, don't do it. Move Chris Lucky up into third. Everybody's trying to clean their shorts or something. They're checking their shorts anyway after everything that just happened here in these last 2 laps. There it goes again. Clay Phillips.
Big run. He might be able
to no! Sims hard into the wall. Hard into the wall. That is not, I did not want to see that happen to Sims. Let's see how bad the damage is. Oh, wow. That's a crying shame. He had a really good race going, too. Would have liked to seen him pull that thing out of there.
See what, the damage isn't any worse than the 9.
No, the 9's got pretty much the same.
The 68's in pretty good shape still, and so is the 77.
I don't think he's got.
Four up too.
Yeah, Lucky's got a little bit of damage. Harmon's got about the same. So. But Clay Phillips is doing a heck of a job here tonight. Less than, just a little over 23 or 4 laps to go. It's 26 laps to go. I can't do math. 25 at the line.
Our top 4 are all pitted on lap 101 or 102, so they're all going to be on pretty even tire wear come the end of this.
Currently 20 laps on their tires now, so without a yellow flag, I don't see anybody coming down pit road. With a yellow flag, everybody's coming down pit road. Guy we didn't even think about tonight. Well, we did, but we didn't. And it was your pick too, wasn't he, Clay Phillips?
He was.
Well, we got 2 picks getting ready to battle it out. Me over you, or you over me. Phillips over Lucky. Whatever.
And I'm very impressed because there's some significant right front damage to the 9 right now, and I guess at this track, it's not what the sheet metal looks like. It's what's underneath the sheet metal and how well it fares from the damage. And, you get some of that right front damage if it actually extends to some of the suspension and the toe and all that, then you've got an issue. But if it's just sheet metal, the aero isn't terribly important at this track.
Well, there's one other thing you forgot to mention. The driver behind the wheel. That makes a big difference.
How well they manage that damage.
Yep. How they're able to overcome and compensate, and when they decide to rotate that car due to the damage, all that comes into play. And Clay Phillips has got a new steering wheel, so.
Cowgill and King Cup both behind the wall, calling it a night.
That's a crying shame. Well, we got 12 drivers left in the race.
Somewhere I missed Roy Grande. Also
9 still in the lead lap. 9 still in the lead lap, so. Am I seeing this? Oh no, Lucky into the wall. I am seeing that correctly. Phillips pulling away. "20 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. This race is slowly but surely coming to an end. Had one yellow flag, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Lord. I hurt so bad. One yellow flag for 4 laps. So, wind speed back up. Track still staying about the same, 80 degrees. Not too bad out here for the track conditions for sure. Lucky's trying to regroup, recover. Oh, wow. I mean, Clay is just really sells it in there and gets that kind of car squirrely loose a little bit. I like his driving style. I like it a lot. Not afraid to make that car loose.
You were saying how the apron is not your friend, but actually, and I haven't been watching Clay closely, but if you can touch that apron a little bit and get that rear end to kick out, it can actually help turn the car a bit.
Yeah, that's what I've been noticing. That's what I was referring to, him getting it kind of loose. Me personally, I'm not putting my...
Yeah, but it takes pretty high skill level to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, I don't have that skill level.
Neither do I.
I get that thing anywhere near that white line, that car gets upset with me, and I'm going around. Especially at this track. Well, he's there, and then he's not. He's there, and then he's not. 17 laps to go. It's going to be a tough battle here at the line when we get here in these closing laps. Thomas Harmon, a full 2 seconds back off the leaders, and actually is 2.5 seconds off the back end of Lucky. So the battle is going to be for first, and we're going to stick right here to the end unless the yellow flag happens, because everybody else is pretty much 1 to 2 seconds separated each other. So this is the closest battle on track as of right now, ladies and gentlemen. So you're not really missing any action. This is it. Lucky will gain it, and then he'll lose it right back. I'm wondering what's going on with my man, but things are coming to a quick close here. Maybe backing it off, trying to cool them tires down a little bit. Sounds good, right? Awesome job Clay Phillips has done here this evening. Started on the pole, if I'm not mistaken. Currently sitting in first.
it's actually come down to pretty much just these two. I mean, Harmon's close, but he's still 2.5 seconds back.
Springer pulls completely off the track and out of the way to let these boys go. Not going to be a factor in the outcome of this race. So thank you a lot there, Richard Springer. Clay Phillips is just pulling away at this point. Just pulled away a good 0.2 of a second off of Chris Lucky. Started this race 11th. Not going to do too bad. He's going to actually come home in second or third, or first, I mean, depending upon whether or not he can gain any more. 12 laps to go. Followed by this man here, Harmon. Only going to lose one position if the race ends right now from where he started. And you get back here to Mike Springer, Steven Sims, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Matt Burgess, oh good Lord, Jeremy Hebel. And then Jeremy Hebel is the last car on the lead lap. So we'll cycle back up front to our leader. Chris Lucky lost another few tenths of a second. Phillips slowly but surely but pulling away here this evening in the closing laps of this race. Matt Burgess, where are you? Matt Burgess looking to take a spot away from Taylor Butcher Benjamin here in the closing laps. Trying to get his way up into the 6th position as he's all over the back end of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Now to the inside looking. This is a battle for the 6th position, ladies and gentlemen. Think he finally gets to... Oh, whoa! He thought about getting to the inside of him. And then TBB got a little squirrely, made him think twice about it. Think he's going to try to go for it this time. 7 laps to go. Burgess finally gets to the inside of TBB, and BBB lets him go. He says, all right, man, you want that spot that bad, you can have it. Back up front, Clay Phillips with almost a full second lead over top of Chris Lucky. As you can see the gaps between the top 3 drivers. Awesome. 5 laps to go when they cross the line.
Gonna come around.
Musial going to take the car completely off the track to let these gentlemen get by. That's the gentleman thing to do. Don't want to be a factor in the closing laps of this race. This man right here, Clay Phillips, has done an awesome job here tonight, even after getting into the wall several times here this evening. Able to get on pit road, make several stops to get the damage fixed on his car and bring his thing and race it back up to the front. He has done an awesome job here tonight at Darlington Raceway, here in the Dynasty Grand National Leagues Series, doing an awesome job. Going to give him third win of the season, will it not? Second or third?
Clay?
Yeah,
third.
third win, right, of his comeback.
1 second, taking a look.
I know he's not in the top 20 in points for sure.
Will be his second win of his comeback.
Oh, is he going to take my Mark Martin car to victory lane? I'll be so happy. Just keep it out of the fence, Clay. 3 more laps. Come on, Clay Phillips. White flag this time. Yellow flag falls now, ladies and gentlemen. This race is over. Clay Phillips, Chris Lucky, Thomas Harmon, Mike Springer, Matt Burgess, Steven Sims, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Springer, Cydarius Jackson rounds out our top 10 unofficially. So way to go, Mr. Phillips. Way to go, Rod, for making the call and picking the right guy to win the race here tonight.
Yeah, he was fast in practice. It just looked like he was maybe going to be the guy to beat.
I think if Lucky might have not messed up his pits, his qualifying, probably would have gave him a better advantage to walk away. But Clay Phillips does do an awesome job here this evening. Going to come home with the win. He started on the pole, raced his way after making a couple of contacts with the fence out here, back into the first, and going to walk away with the win here tonight. Chris Lucky, Thomas Harmon, our top 3, and we will be getting interviews with all 3 of them. Going to let
I tell you what, Dave, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna exit out right here. I got a busy day tomorrow morning, so I'm going to call it an evening early tonight. This was an exciting race, and as always, it's a pleasure working with you again, Dave.
Yeah, well, don't work too hard tomorrow, my man.
I hope to not, but I don't think that's quite in the cards for me.
All righty, my man. Appreciate you joining me in the booth here tonight.
Good night, everybody.
All right, we're going to grab Mr. Harmon real quick. Let's see, where is Mr. Harmon? He's probably down here. I can't. Mr. Harmon, you got a copy, my man?
Yeah, 10 for our guy.
Well, didn't start in the back this week, but you still did an awesome job here this evening. Walk us through your race, man.
Previous experience, I knew it was going to be tough to pass here, and in order to pass somebody under green, it'd have to be a close call. They'd have to get the wall or something, and it seemed like anytime I was near somebody or get ready to make a pass on them, that's what happened, or they made a pass on me, one of us get the wall, and so I decided to start up front tonight and hope for the best.
Well, tell me something. Did you have to change your shorts when they wrecked right there in front of you?
Yes and no. The way they were running, I knew that something was going to happen, and I was just praying that I could get by before they wrecked. But then I saw, I think it was Calgill slide up into
Right.
U-Car, and I just prayed that they didn't come down and get me.
Well, that's just a crying shame that first of all, King Cop brushes the wall right in front of him. I know you saw that, and then they's like, "Oh no!" And then Calgill gets a little squirrely, tags right, sends him up the track. Right comes, brushes the wall, overcorrects, grabs Calgill, and you and Lucky barely made it through there, but you did an awesome job. Had a really good race here this evening. You started third. You're only going to lose one spot from your starting position here tonight. Still the points leader, no matter what happens here tonight with everything the way it shakes out. Eric Wolf will be the points leader. Thoughts and concerns going into our next race at Richmond. I mean, it's a short track. Tempers flare. I know you're going to start in the back as always. So, what are your thoughts about that?
I don't mind Richmond. It's just kind of it's a track for me, not hated, not loved. So I'll just go in there, try to get the best finish I can. Hopefully walk away from a W, or walk away with a W, but we'll see.
All right. Well, you know what I'm going to say, man. I say it every race. Shout outs. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
Shout out to you up in the booth for broadcasting it to everybody. All the competitors on the track that come out each week. Other admins in the league that allow us to put on a show for everybody, all the fans that watch, Avril on the side.
I hear you. Well, congratulations again, and we look forward to seeing you back here next week, my man.
I'll be there.
Where you want me to throw you back at?
Team Race Chat.
Alrighty, man. Here you go. Team Race Chat channel, and he is out of here. Our next driver to be interviewed is going to be Chris Lucky. As soon as I find him, I think he's down here in Team Race Chat as well. He is. Broadcast booth. There we go, Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky, you got a copy, my man?
Hey, what's up, Dave?
Well, you started this race in 11th. Surprised me that you did that. Walk us through your qualifying real quick.
Yeah, qualifying, I messed up. I cruised the first lap, just work heating the tires, so I only get one shot at it and just hit the fence through 3 and 4. So it put me in the back from the beginning.
Well, at that being said, dude, you did an awesome job here tonight. You were my pick for this evening. I was really surprised that you didn't pull it off there at the end. A couple late race contacts. Still, all in all, you did an awesome job. The graphics really messed up, so this is going to give you 3 wins of the season, a nice second place finish. You're currently above the cutoff mark. As long as you finish the rest of these races, I believe you'll be able to point your way in, man. You happy?
Yeah, I mean, once I caught the fence there late, I realized I did too much damage and wasn't going to have anything for Clay, so I just backed it down. I only finished 2 spots above Mike, but I got a lap led. I think he may have led as well, so it's tight. It's probably under 5 points for next week at Richmond, and Richmond's not a track I've historically run well at, so we'll see.
Well, you say that, and then you still turn around and win the race, so we look forward to seeing what you do next week at Richmond, my man. Shout-outs, man. I know you got them. Get them in, get them out.
Just shout out to you guys and JP for running the league, and Clay and Thomas for putting it on the podium, Springer for finishing 4th. Good job, guys.
All righty, Mr. Phillips. Mr. Phillips. Mr. Lucky, you want to go back down in team chat?
Yeah, that's fine.
All righty. Thank you for the interview, and again, congratulations on your second place finish, my man.
Thanks, man. I'll see you next week.
Yep. Alrighty, Clay Phillips into the broadcast booth. Mr. Phillips, my man, you got a copy.
Yes, sir, do. How are you doing?
Awesome job, dude. I thought you were done for when you hit the wall so many times here tonight. You got your dollar in the stripe and then some. The lady in black was not friendly to you until the end of this race. Walk us through it, man.
Yeah. So my whole goal was not to hit the wall.
Well, that goal was failed.
Yeah, that faded real quick after I don't know about 30 laps or so. It's so easy to get in the wall. It's so easy to make a mistake. You got to be so consistent and on top of it. And once you get out of your rhythm on exit of 2, or going through the center of 3 and 4, it's so easy to mess up and get into the wall. And so that was my main thing. I started out hot. I wasn't really thinking about strategy until a couple laps in. I'm like, I was wondering if these guys were going to make it on one stop. And then I already had burned up, 3 or 4 laps of fuel, so there was no way I was going to go for that. So then I switched to the 50 lap. I was going to go 50 lap intervals, and once I got in the wall and started fading back, I got back in my rhythm, and I was like, I guess I can still run with these guys. I just need a caution. Then that caution came out, and that was a big relief. I got my car all fixed up. Well, not 100%, of course, never can, but it was good enough to run with those guys. I started slowly figuring out what line I wanted to run and the best way to manage that line, and then it definitely helped out for that later stint. And it was great racing with those guys.
Well, now, you did something here that I don't normally see a lot of drivers do. Once you got that damage on your car, you started actually clipping the double yellow lines to get that car to rotate. Man, that was some slick moving there. I seen you get the car loose a couple of times doing that, but I don't see a lot of drivers do that. I won't do it because if I get my tire anywhere near that double yellow line there, that dotted line, it breaks my car so loose. But you was able to pull it off, and so nice job there, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta, adapt. Once your strategy falls apart, you got to develop something new, and that seemed to work. And I had to back up the turns a lot more than I wanted to, but it helped out saving the tires and the big thing. I mean, just staying out of the wall. You saw a lot of guys get in the wall, and then like right there at the end when Chris got in the wall, it definitely hurt his momentum. And I'm pretty sure he would have had me there at the end. You guys would have had a great finish had it not been for that wall, and that. That could sort of be on my part because I drifted up at that same time, and we both ended up getting to the wall. He just got a little worse deal out of that.
Well, Mr. Phillips, I want to congratulate you on your second win of your comeback in this season. It's a crying shame you're not going to have a chance to be a contender in our playoff series as you are the defending champion. But you did an awesome job here tonight, so you know what I'm going to say, my man. Shout-outs. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
Shout out to those guys. That was a heck of a race. They did a great job. There was back and forth lead changes, like crazy, and that could have developed into caution real quick. So those guys did a fantastic job. I want to thank you for putting on these broadcasts and James and all that runs this league. I mean, you guys put a lot of your time into this, and it's a great league to be a part of. Hopefully years to come, it can grow and we can gain more and more competitors and show other people how great this league is to run in, and it's a blast. Another thing too is I want to know how's your wife doing?
She's doing all right. She's actually been able to walk here lately. She's can't take too many steps without her walker, but she's able to do that. Still got dialysis, and I hate to break the bad news to you, man, but most likely at the end of this season, I will no longer be broadcasting.
Oh, that's a shame, man.
Just too much going on with the wife and everything, and my health is really shot down bad here in the last year or so. So I'm getting old, and I really enjoy it, dude. I really enjoy broadcasting for the league, and if I could do it another year, I would love to do it, but if my wife's health doesn't improve, I'm not going to be able to do it. So,
yeah, I understand that. And, I mean, you've done a great job, since the beginning. It's always great, I love getting back into Discord, go through and looking at these videos and, seeing all that you've done through the whole series, and it's great. And it's sad that you're going to be leaving or possibly leaving us, but you definitely left your mark, so.
Well, I hope I have. But anyway, congratulations on your win, and we look forward to seeing you back next week at Richmond. What do you think about that? Heading into Richmond.
Short track racing.
Yeah, I know you
I'm
do.
ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So I'm going for them wins. You know that, right?
Yeah.
As many as I can get. I'll take them all.
Get that chrome horn going too, man. You're going to need it next week, that's for sure.
All right.
All right, Mr. Phillips, where you want me to throw you back at?
Anywhere is fine. Just get me out.
All right, well, I'll send you on your way, man.
Hey, have a good
Uh-huh.
day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Clay Phillips did win our race here at Darlington Raceway. I was going to be able to bring some graphics, but apparently it decided it was not going to let me have it now. So, not sure what happened there. They were lighting up for me, but no graphics for our closing things. So, as always, we want to thank JP for everything he does for this league. He puts on a heck of a job here, getting broadcasts set up and marketing and everything for these gentlemen to come out here and race week in and week out. Got to thank Jordan Gonzalez for the software. Got to thank Martin Wenzel for all the graphics that he does. Does an awesome job. Can't say enough about Martin Wenzel. It's a crying shame he's busy over in Japan doing his thing, doing his driving and everything. But got to make a living somehow. Want to thank all the broadcasters, myself, JP, Rod Fastenal, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, people who like to join us in the booths. Want to thank y'all for helping us out there. Race Control, you got a dirty job. Somebody's got to do it. Can't say our hats off enough to you. Whoever did it, I believe Dakota Wilkins was our Race Control here tonight. So thank you, Dakota, if that was you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, going to call it a quick night. Good night and God bless from Dynasty Racing League's DRL TV. Join us back tomorrow night for the Canadian Tire and join us next week for Richmond. With that being said, see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.